So my bass player that I love playing with, Jim Garofalo, amazing arco player, and yeah, and if I recall, he met Don Thompson when Don was out here for a while, at some point, and Jim would go out and play bass, and Don was playing piano at that session. Yeah. Cool. And
kid, really talented guy.
And so, you know, Jim really liked my tune, The Crabb, and he said, which I based on what was the chicken, because I love playing the chicken. And I said, you know what? Someone else wrote that. I love it, right? Jocko's amazing, but I could write something with a 16-bar form. I mean, how many people have written that? That's not specific to any one composer, quite frankly. It's a blues with an extra with a 4-bar vamp. So I wrote this really cool rhythmic thing. This is what I'm talking about. If you're trying to get it into writing as a drummer, if you really get to know rhythm, you can introduce things that you don't often see. You know, and so triplets in groups of 4. Da ba da ba ba da 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 ba ba da da ba do do ba da do ba oh bang. And that tune's kind of become the sax player has a drummer he plays with. Did you play The Crabb? That's like a classic. That's a seminal tune. And Jim says you should write another tune like The Crabb. And I said, well, I already written it. Well, I thought about it, and I thought, what could I do? And I came up with that idea of the metric modulation. You know, so 1 da 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 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 1 chromatic scale takes you right up to the root, and off we go. And then if I want to go, I want to catch it. What rhythmically can you do that would set that up? So you get these groups of rhythm that lead up to the final hit. And so as a drummer, you can bring a rhythmic sensibility to the writing that often, whereas unusual to musicians that, you know, that don't study rhythm in the way that we do, right? So. Let's see. So we were working on the Swiss triplet, and you're beginning to have some success with that because it was seemingly so foreign to you, and yet it's a very typical thing as a drummer to play. And so I had you at 72. Let's just take a look at it, which is pretty slow. And I had you do some remedial things. We fiddled around playing half of it. Let's just see you play. See what it looks like.
I was practicing half of it where I would go.
Do you like? Okay, you like that? Okay.
A double rebound in the right hand.
Then do that.
Yeah. Well, doing this.
Take me through your routine. It was part of your lesson, so go ahead.
That was half of it. So, but then I would add in the other half.
To work on my match grip. Now look how different we look. So, okay, this is how it goes like this for a while. That's why you don't want to take too much time in between lessons, so that you eventually start to just become a feeling in your body. Okay? But there's an intellectual aspect. That's why we do this stuff as artists, right? We learn so much about ourselves, and we can't just get away with using the mind, because the brain alone won't accomplish. You can figure out an amazing calculation with regards to, you know, who's that guy that figured out? Oh, be careful, because I don't remember the date, but it was long before that they were able to map the circumference of the world from space. And this guy noticed that every year the sun is always right here on this spot, shining right down this well, only this day. And so we got the idea that based on him putting a stick a mile away, he timed it, figured out, I don't even get it, but to me this is real intelligence. He figured out the circumference of the entire planet down. He was within inches of correctness, turns out. Yeah, based on this calculation having to do with a shadow that he knew was consistent relative to a stick and its shadow up exactly a mile away. So, but we're trying to get in touch with our body. So the mind-body connectivity have to be in place, right? It's so cool about it. We can tell this hand what to do, but it doesn't always listen, all right? So we want to feel certain things. See, already, I want you just to make a throw. Now, what I'm feeling, what's really, what I'm feeling when I'll hit you to it. What I'm feeling when I play Swiss triplets, for instance, I'm feeling this all the time, is this thing. Richard Martinez, Dick would talk about the flat of the thumb. Martinez talks about the thumb sending energy in between the first finger and the middle finger. It sends it right through there. And so this place in the thumb is, it seems to, of all three fingers in this three-finger grip, if we're going to refer to the thumb as a finger, it seems to be involved with being in contact with the stick more than the other, isn't it? There's a big chunk of this thumb that's in contact with the stick.
Yeah, well, depends.
It's interesting. Perhaps a little less contact with the first finger and middle finger. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to get in touch with the middle of the area of the thumb that would run directly, if placed in the correct spot, would run directly across, so that you were creating some kind of first-class lever. See? Right? So you're feeling that now. See, because you just want it, it's less, it's better, but you have this propensity, and I get it, we're going to have to sort this out so that eventually you'll feel what I'm talking about. Okay, so the three-finger grip is really important, and the thumb is kind of like the linchpin of the whole thing. So that when I'm playing, I really feel it. I feel it on the thumb. I feel it moving around the thumb. I feel the other fingers as well, but I'm making a big deal about the thumb. See, it looked like to me that as it was rebounding, your thumb energy was forward. You weren't sending the energy across from far enough back. And I believe it or not, this much of a difference, because this is a small grip, this much of a difference is a huge difference. So if I play And actually, my very first throw, when I went to demonstrate it to you, I immediately realized, see, watch. That doesn't feel right. It kind of, you probably think that I'm doing what I was doing a second ago, right? I'm not. I'm not. My energy is up front. It's almost in here. Watch. I'll do it this way for you. So when I land, I feel grip forward, doing it this way, which is what I think I saw you do. Now watch. So that we have the grip forward, so it feels like the fulcrum really is first finger and thumb. However, what I'm doing is I'm taking this thumb that was kind of playing in this way with this positioning, and I'm moving the energy back. Just go ahead and do that with me. Pinch up on your thumb. Go, yeah, right there. Don't overdo it, but yeah, a little of that. Now go ahead and play the throw for Swiss triplets like that.
With a little bit of an arch here.
Yeah, okay, sure, right. See, now the fulcrum will feel like it's between the thumb and the first finger, doesn't it?
It's harder to do, I find.
How you do it?
I'm getting the rebound.
Yeah, see, we can get stuff all kinds of ways. We can get a rebound clutching the stick too. It's bouncing. Bouncing. Okay, but just do this now. Just do this. It's 2 notes. I find it a little hard to control. If you practice this long enough, you could probably figure out how to really get it to work. There. That's kind of what you're doing. See? It's the thumb and first finger. Now, you can put the middle finger on, and don't change what you're doing. Keep the fulcrum between the thumb and the first fingers. We're doing it incorrectly as a device to help you understand what not to do. You feel it? You see, you don't have to throw your fingers open. You didn't even need your back fingers, so why now you're throwing your fingers open? It's fascinating, isn't it? This snare drum technique thing is fascinating. I think I find it really interesting. Okay, there. It doesn't look like what I saw, but we're doing it now. Take your back fingers off altogether. Just play with the first finger and thumb. Yeah. You don't need fingers to get it to bounce. Okay, so we have that. Now what we're going to do, now what I'm doing is I'm backing the energy that is being sent from the thumb across to the other side of the grip. I'm backing it up so if you do this, just do this with me. I'm sure I'm in the shot. So it's a little bit of an arch, like you said. Come on, give me a little arch. Okay, now roll the thumb back and you'll feel the energy run to your middle finger. You feel that?
Yeah.
Are you? Okay, yeah. Now do this. Do this. Go on, send. It's almost like you can duplicate this like this. I'm not saying to do, I'm just showing you. What if you played like this? What if we did this? Try that. How different that feels. See, now you're sending the energy towards the middle finger. Definitely not the first finger and thumb anymore. It works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Now go and put on your first finger and don't disturb too much of that. Now, this is where you do it. Keep the energy running across. So you want to feel it running towards somewhere in between that part of the grip on the other side, first finger and middle finger. So we're trying to get the energy further back, trying to get the energy back further towards the middle finger fulcrum, right? So we just let the stick lay in the hand, lie in the hand, lay in the hand. I don't even have my other fingers on, just so that you get the feeling. You don't need them, right? Yeah, it'll do that. It'll do that. Now go ahead and put your thumb on, just naturally. Put it on. It'll just be natural, where you'll find that it'll set up in a very natural way wherever it seems to want to go. Once you feel this, the thumb is kind of obvious. It'll put the flat of the thumb on, and then we're going to put the first finger on. And the whole thing works as a unit. The whole thing moves together as a unit, right? So what we want to do is we want to learn to just make a throw and feel the flat of the thumb. I feel it on the flat of my thumb. When I feel this when I land, I feel this. Okay. Now can you go and feel it we're moving around that thumb. It moving around the thumb. Moving around the thumb. Going from the first finger to the middle finger, to the first finger to the middle finger, like a first-class lever, as it moves around the thumb. And when you get the thumb positioning, it'll naturally promote you landing flat, because the thumb is going to come down, and the thumb is going to be flat. The stick will be moving, will come down with it. Watch. See the thumb? The flat of the thumb? And then you're going to feel the stick rocking. So it'll be nice and flat, because the thumb's going to come down flat. It'll be in this position, not in this position, not in this position, with this three-finger grip, and you come down flat. So you'll come down like this. Let's see. Well, the stick will move around the thumb as you apply, as you develop torque, because you're sending the stick in real time and in both directions. Just do that. So I'll finish my thought. So as I go to throw, essentially feeling this happen. It's interesting. So when we get to the floor, we have the thumb, and then the stick is going to rock, in this case, just for 2 notes. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. See the thumb? It's got this feeling. And then it goes. Moving with the stick might be moving a little here as you're, depending on how high you turn and so on. But you see the thumb? So you get, and then when it gets to the floor, you feel it move around the middle of that pad of the thumb. So if you were to just turn for 2 notes, first I want to feel, I'm playing singles to feel the middle of the thumb right here. I can feel it right there. There. You want that middle of the thumb. I don't play this way, or this way. It's the middle of that thumb when you land. Right there, right there. There, and then you don't have to do anything to let it down. Once you have that feeling, you feel like, oh yeah, I can feel the stick, if I stay at the surface just long enough, it will do this around the thumb. Moving from first finger to middle finger, back and forth, first class lever. So first we need this. And then we get that. So you really are in a palm down position because you want the thumb to come down and you want it to be flat like that. Not on top of it. When we play drum set, all kinds of things will happen. Once you understand this, you can do other stuff. But we want you to feel that thumb. Go ahead and try it. Just turn for 1 note and concentrate on the thumb. Just in the right. Go on, play singles. No, just in the right. Just in the right. Feel it right in the middle of that thumb when you land. Look at your thumb going up and down. We've talked about the thumb, haven't we? Going up and down. Look at it. Now, can you feel its relationship between the first finger and middle fingers?
Yeah.
Remember, some guys would bring in a snare drum with a clear head on top and a clear head on bottom, maybe with the snares removed, and they'd lie under the drum and have Dick play, so they could look up and see him playing from that position. So you'd be like this, I guess, right? So you'd be playing, it would look like this. Let's see. Irrational Man. Let's see if I can do this. How would I do this? I'd like to have something more bouncy. Right now, we don't really need that. You really see that thumb?
Yeah.
That's really, I just hit myself in the thumb. I'm really focused on that. Not this. Look, this is different. It doesn't feel like this. It feels like right there in that thumb. And look, I'm not doing anything with my fingers. I've got this grip, and I land right in the middle every time. Right there. If this book was bouncy, it would bounce. Egg. I know what I'm talking about. If it doesn't bounce, I'm going to feel ridiculous. Now, okay, no, wait, don't play for a second. Now, if I go to throw, I don't want to break this. If I go to throw, I get now you can see some movement in the hand. Yeah, got some torque. But I still land on that thumb. Right there on the thumb. Little bounce. See, I'm not throwing my finger open or anything. I'm just landing on that thumb, and then it does this. Tiny little bit of movement. But if you don't land on that thumb with a 3-finger grip, you will end up pulling with your fingers because it won't bounce. And to get what it is you tend to play out, you'll end up having to compromise. Just throw for one note and tell me if you're landing on the flat of that thumb. Remember, there was some movement. At that point, you did see the hand seem to open. Watch, because the hand does this. Watch. Look at my hand. It'll open. It'll open a little, and then you're just see. But it's all wrist. Look, it's just wrist, and the hand will react. It will react. It wants to open to allow that stick to move or to behave as a hand does. Right? So it's going to come away from the palm as you torque, and you're going to feel this. Let's see. None of it'll work. I could keep you moving. Murray Spivack would have you out in 2 years. Dick would spend forever. What was I doing again? Oh, yeah, I wanted you to feel something. Oh, yeah, okay, watch. So you can feel it. Now we're going to talk about the first finger and thumb. That doesn't mean you go pinching up here, but you'll feel the stick traveling. It travels through here as you turn. You feel it traveling through here. Go ahead and make a throw and see if you can feel it traveling. Right? Watch how mine travels. You can see it traveling, watch. Right here, it's going, it's moving, traveling. There you go. Looser, isn't it? There you go. Land on the flat of the thumb. Feel it travel as you make your throw. That's for the throw. Flat of the thumb. Make sure you land nice and back far enough on your thumb so that you land flat, not like this. Or you can land flat, but then the pressure would be in the wrong place. You want to land with the flat of the thumb directly across from those other two fingers. And you want to feel this moving through that. It's moving, in a sense, through the guide, we could say, right? This finger and thumb. There. Now your stick is kind of taken. Now it looks like it's taking off. Watch. It's not this. Watch. Here it is with a constricted grip. That's what it would look like. And my flat of the thumb is correct and everything, but I want this. See, look, it takes off. It takes off. And then you're going to let it bounce and move through that thumb area that I discussed. That's all you're doing, right? So we do that at both ends, right? So we have a throw. We have a throw with this particular grip, and we're really concentrating on the thumb. And then once we feel that flat of that middle of the thumb and the thumb landing real flat, therefore the stick is landing flat, then we can let it rebound place. So it's traveling through this, it's traveling, then I get to the floor and it travels again. And then so keep. Are you landing so that you look like this when you land? Or are you landing like this? Can you look like this? Can you do this? Do this with like this. See on my thumb. Look at my thumb. And I'm just, yeah, there you go. But your thumb is up. Mine's perpendicular, parallel to the drum. And it's aiming towards the wall over yonder. Yeah. Right? Now I'm turning my wrist. It's still flat, isn't it? And it's pointing to the wall. And then I come down and I end up here. Right, do it, go on up. Traveling over that way, isn't it? You know that the stick would be right there. It could move, but it's right there. And then it comes down and lands like that. Like that, right? So you just do this with me now. I've got my, I'm on my leg. But I'm trying to get you to feel, see how the thumb, no, take your fingers off. Them out of the way, so you can see me. You're a little bit, there you go. And land with the flat, now you're landing on the edge of the thumb, aren't you? It feels like that. Yeah. That's what it should feel like. If you put a grip together. Okay, now it's a little hard to demonstrate because my other fingers are in the way. So this is what we're looking for. Open your fingers up, just copy me. And turn your wrist and notice that the thumb lands in the same place every time, and the flat of the thumb is heading over towards that wall. Somewhere over there, right? That's the feeling. That's the feeling we're looking for. Like that. Like that. And it rebounds. Open up your hand, don't be all constricted with your fingers. Let them open. Open your fingers. Hi there. Okay, now you put your thumb on, and it would just move with it. This is good. I don't want to get too esoteric. Okay, so what I'm looking for is that thumb to feel like this. Or do this with me. Just there you go. Just put your middle finger and So remember, because you can lay in the middle finger. That's kind of the concept, is laying in the hand, laying in the middle finger. Take your thumb off. And go ahead and do this with me. Very gentle. You won't get, you don't want to look at your thumb. That's what the thumb would look like. See, it's moving with the stick. See it? And look, it always comes down and it's flat. And it's aiming at the other one. Now just simply put that thumb on. Just put the thumb on now. Keep doing that. Nice and flat. There, look, your thumb landing right there flat. Boom. Go ahead and put your first finger on. More like that. There. Now, pay attention to where you feel the moment of force when you hit the surface. It should be right in the middle of the thumb. Right in the middle. Now let it bounce twice. You don't have to do anything. It's trapped in a 3-finger grip, but it's not trapped in such a way that the stick isn't available. Motion. It's not trapped in a way that doesn't avail the stick some motion. There you go. There. Now, can you make a throw and keep the thumb flat as you go up? Come on. No, don't. Okay, just wait. We only want you to come up. We just need to break the wrist. No, look, you don't need to come up that high. Just come up a little. Where's the thumb? We want to keep it flat. We don't want to end up. Exactly.
Sorry, Kevin, I need to plug in.
You did it again. All right. So I'm going to continue. And in the left, see, and in the left, traditional. Again, now the fulcrum is somewhere in between. What does Martinez call the 2 carpal bones? Right? Stick is here, so the fulcrum is here. Okay, so what we're trying to do over here. So we have, like in the right, we have this fulcrum that I'm talking about as being somewhat thumb-centric. We have a fulcrum in the crotch of the left hand, and then it should just, if we don't do anything and we don't mess with the fingers, we just let them do what they want to do. Okay? And a throw. You'll see some. Look, you wait. Just okay, but you'll see that the stick kind of takes off like it does in the right. See the stick taking off. Now, when I land, I feel the stick right there, and then over here, I feel it right here. So there's some similarity that way. So what did I do with that? I did this. It's got to be a correct throw. It takes off, and then when it gets to the surface, flat of the thumb in the right, crotch in the left, and it just over and over and over forever. And wait, that floor that I was talking about. You can see the thumb. Okay, so I don't want to. That's cool. We'll get there one day if you're in the mood. But right now, what we're looking for is flat of the thumb. So I had you feeling this. You can really feel the thumb because it's really predominant now in that the only other finger on the stick is the middle finger. I can't tell with you. For me, I can take my other fingers off. You were very successful last week, removing your other fingers. This week, I'm not seeing much of that, but no. Middle finger and thumb, big, 4th and 5th are off. Look, can't you copy me? Look. Nope. Come on, take your 4th off. Come on, point it out. Just, it's really exaggerated. Come on, point it over here. Stretch it a little. No, look at my 4th finger. My 4th.
Yeah.
You do that? Isn't that your 5th? I'm talking about the 4th ring finger.
Yeah.
Okay. Take it off for a sec. There. Yeah, I can point mine for whatever reason.
I can do it in my left hand.
Okay. You've got it off, right? Look, take it off. Take the baby finger. Take them off for a second. to prove to yourself. All you're doing is holding now, you're holding the stick with 2 fingers. And we're focusing on the thumb. You can really feel that thumb coming down flat. There, can you feel your thumb? Now let it rebound multiple times. There. Feel the thumb. Feel the thumb and its relationship to the middle finger. Good, you can do both hands. It feels like that. Feels a lot like that. Now go ahead and add your first finger. Go ahead and add your first finger and don't disturb that. It should bounce just as easily. Can't disturb the other stuff. There. Now, can you make a gentle throw? The stick should take off even though it's a gentle throw. A little bit on the way up, and then you land, and it'll take off again and rebound. Come on, go up and let it, remember, travel through the guide. Don't start landing sideways. And let it die. Let it die. You flattened out after. Can't you? Come on, lead with the wrist. It's a wrist turn, even though it's a throw. There you go. Now it's starting to look good. Okay, go ahead and play a Swiss triplet, just like that. Just nice and no metronome. Go on.
Hold on.
Right's losing it. Left is better. Come on, look at the right. Now stop. Stop. Your left is better than your right. Your right wants to go into half turned over. I can tell. Stop. There. Now you're back. Take your first finger off. And the right. And the left. Now just make a gentle little throw and let it rebound. You don't have to do anything weird. You can just land flat. Remember, you just turned your wrist and it bounced. Remind yourself of this. Just with that 2-finger grip, take your 4th off. Come on, prove it to yourself. Take it off. I know it's uncomfortable. Don't make a throw. No, your throw has. I just want you to turn like we did when I had you. Just that. Just go on, do it again. Yeah, you see, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything. Turn for 1 note. But it feels like that. Now turn for 1 note, just like that, and it'll bounce. Just stop when you get there. But just 2 notes, though. Yeah, so you don't have to do anything. You don't really have to. All you do is land flat. So if you're going to make a throw and get 2 notes, you're just going to go up and get a throw and 2 notes. You don't have to do anything like that or a throw. Go and make a little throw and do that. No, just gentle, so you don't throw everything out of there. There. Put your first finger on. All right. Do it on the other hand. Put your first finger on the other hand. Stay flat like that in the right. It's just akin to just this. There's no weird anything. It's very simple. There. Play a Swiss triplet making little tiny motions like that so you stay flat. Nope. You immediately want to go and turn palm. There you go. Just do it with wrist turns, no throw. Come on, the wrist turns, do it with wrist turns and no double. Just tap, 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 tap. Take off your first finger. It's so quiet you could. Take off your first finger. The thumb goes up and down and lands flat. Now let it bounce twice. Let it bounce.
Okay.
Just do that. It'll bounce. No, you don't have to do any weird thing. No, all you have to do, if you have this tiny little narrow grip, and it'll just bounce. Who do you do? Turning twice. Da, 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 da. There it is. You're just turning your wrist once, see? That's all it is. Just turn once, and it bounces if you have your fulcrum set up. You don't have to turn too high. You don't have to pound it. Turn half the height. Half the height. There, see? Turn once, it'll bounce. 1 turn, 1 bounce, thumb, thumb. Now make a tiny little throw. Tiny, just a gentle little thing. 1 turn, see? 1 turn, 1 turn. That's all it is. Put your first finger on. 1 turn and let it bounce. 1 turn, don't let it fly. Don't. It's just this, but with the first finger. Flat of that thumb. There you go. Like that. So you don't have to do all that other stuff. It's subtle what you're doing. Turning, kind of opening a little. Okay? So that's the Swiss triplet. Now, what we're going to do is, let's keep moving. I'm going to have you go back over that, and I'm going to have you fiddle with the grip like you just did, to help you get in touch with the narrow fulcrum, with the flat of the thumb, with the relationship, because the first finger, in a sense, is like the guide. You put this on, and then you want to find the flat of that thumb. Here's one note. Here's two notes. Got to land on the flat of that thumb. Okay, and when you throw, got to land on the flat of the thumb. But does this? See how solid it is? Look how solid it is. No. Mine comes back faster. Da. You're doing. See, you're throwing your finger. It's just this. It's just what? It's just this. It doesn't go like this. It doesn't go. You can't now. Now I've trapped you. So see how fast the second note comes? Like that. Now you put your first finger on and you maintain that. You don't have to turn higher. Don't change the experiment. Now you make a little throw. See the speed of the second note, what the timing it has? If you don't change anything, you don't turn sideways, come on, stay flat. You don't have to do anything. It'll have that same kind of quality of speed relationship between first note hitting and then the second note. Right, so if I'm up here, I feel that. There you go. Not bad. Okay. All right. Now we're going to build more knowledge. I didn't want to spend all that time, but we got to get you in touch with this stuff that I didn't get in touch with.
No, I you know what I found, Kevin? I found that I practiced the last 2 weeks, and I removed the fourth and the little finger, fourth and fifth, or the ring and little finger. It really gets you in touch with the 3-point grip, because I can feel it right now. I felt the thumb exerting that force in between here. I feel it now.
And I'm giving you other ways now to feel it as well, because we don't want to have to rely on pulling those fingers away. Once you get this,
yeah,
fingers can even be touching the stick, but they don't interfere with the 3-point grip. Okay, now the next stroke is the Flam accent number 1. You have that?
Flam. Which one?
Page 11. Spivack library.
Yeah. I'm asking number 1. That's the one?
Yes. I guess there are different ways to play this. But let's do it this way. Okay, no metronome. Now let's just look at the stroke. Okay? This is the stroke that follows the Swiss triplet. So we're talking about chronology of strokes. Okay, so this is going to be perhaps more complicated. Sometimes for a particular student who's used to playing certain things, maybe on the drums, that remind them of a stroke that comes later, maybe that stroke will be easier, even though it's apparently harder. Okay? So familiarity with certain stickings can help, or lack of familiarity can make it more difficult. Okay, so but what we've got is the familiarity that we're developing is that it's going to be one of 7 basic strokes, or a combination of just 7 basic strokes. Right? The Swiss triplet has a throw, one. It has a rebound. That's another basic stroke. Not even an upstroke at that point. So, and this, in what we've got going is, it's called a Flam accent number 1, but there's no accent indicated. We can play, perhaps, we can make a motion and make the small dot. I seem to remember Richard Wilson doing that. So we have a Flam, a right Flam. Once again, I need this throw to be perfect. It has to be this. If it's not this, the whole thing won't work. Not with this technique. So, and I'm going to do the little appoggiatura. There's the flat of the thumb. You can watch it in actual happen. Watch it actually happening in real time. Okay. So we're getting this. Just doing that. There it is. There. See, flat of the thumb. Now, what I'm looking for I'm looking for the motion, but we don't need to creep up slowly and then come. What we're looking to do is watch. The throw looks like this. It's like a create momentum, and then that stick rolls through. It rolls through the guide, first finger and thumb, as I cock my wrist a little bit, and then there's some closure of the hand, isn't there? Don't you feel that? You feel the hand a little more closed than it is here? Right? Doesn't the stick move the fingers and the hand naturally does this? And then it's more closed. And then it's more closed. Try it with the stick in your hand, see if you can get in touch with that. Now, it's just going to come up and let it happen. Why did the stick bounce up? I thought you were more closed at the end. See, it looks like this. See, if the throw's not right, how are you going to play this stroke? We can approximate it. But we need to get this. Well, I'm the other way. Show me your left hand, or turn around in your chair. Turn around in your chair. There you go. Now just do that. So don't you see my hand move? But my hand wants to open. Don't you see how the hand moves? Almost, and then it closes. Watch, it closes on the way down. There you go. Come on, let it open and then close. But you're not doing it. There. Almost, yeah. Look, yeah. Look, when mine closes, my fingers are touching my palm. Are yours? Yours are like open somewhere. Wonder why. No, my hand closes.
You were saying you didn't want to have it.
Stay with me. You have no stick in your hand. I just want you to feel this. There you go. Do it again. There it is. You're closed.
Yeah.
Now go on up. No, just go on up. It's the whole thing. There, you see, it's not this. Watch. Here's what you do. The thing never opens, and you kind of land, and you're like open.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Not what we want. There it is. There it is. There it is. It's that. Put a stick in your hand and feel that. Looks better. So I get this. Now, if you listen, watch. Can you hear it? Dick showed me this. He says, "You can hear it. Can you hear it banging on the back of the palm?"
Yeah. I can hear it.
You don't have to squeeze or do anything. It just happens organically. There you go. Now put that on the surface. There you go. Yes. There. Now you didn't Well, now you didn't do this. It's just this motion. There you go. Now let it bounce twice. Flat of the thumb, that's your Swiss triplet. See? So this stroke is helping you with your, that's how it goes. There, that's all it is. Look how flat you are. Okay, good. Now, what we're doing is we're playing a throw with an appoggiatura, preceding it. We get that. Let's do that. Better? Better. Smoother, and you're flat. Okay, so we're going left, right, right. Look at it while you're playing it. Now it's just wrist turns with the flat of the thumb, just holding the stick and turning your wrist. Okay, and then it goes the other way. So the second right will be the appoggiatura for the left that is going to make, and we don't want it to be an accent. Maybe I should make an accent, it would be helpful. But for now, Okay, don't exaggerate the accent, but I don't mind having you make a little throw. Look, I'm turning my wrist a little bit. See, I'm turning my wrist. See? It's the flat of the thumb thing. Can you see it? Like I showed you here. It's doing this. Just a little movement, whatever it is. Just keep this position. Don't spend all your time doing this. I want you to get up and let that stick fly. And then the hand closes. Squeeze and release. There it is. Play the stroke. You got it. Nothing, man. That's just play the stroke. There you go. Don't spend all your time doing this. I want you to set it up and let it fly. I want to see this part of it. Set it up and let it fly. Don't spend all your time doing this. Isn't that what Murray's chastised Louis Bellson? You're only going to end up with your elbow sticking out. I want you to get to here or to here. Now it's true, Dick would go up and leave the bead down. Well, you can do it either way. You can do it that you can go out. So here, this would be Murray. See, I go, I want to get to here, I want to get to here, or the Dick. He does it that way. Murray wants to get to here, Dick will have you go up to here and then turn. But we need this turn. And the stick is moving through the guide. Like I said, okay, go for it. No metronome for a second. Spend all your time creeping. Look, we're just trying to get this thing what? We're trying to set it free. We want to set it free. We don't want to like do this. When are you going to set it free? We're preparing to set it free. We're creating as though we were going to go like this and set it free. But as soon as we go to set it free, we go in the other direction. Stop creeping up. You do need to lead, and then you want to set the damn thing free. Got me tucked away. Little wrist turns to the ceiling. Not fine. Don't be afraid to turn a little more on your regular wrist turns. See? Watch. That's all it is. Look how nice and solid that is. Nice and solid. This tempo. So in other words, I want these turns. I want you to turn a little bit. A little more. Come on, give me a turn. Thumb, 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 thumb. That's what I'm feeling. Thumb, thumb. Okay, and then you're going to ah. It's just borderline at this tempo of needing an upstroke. Dotted corner note. Blah, da, da, blah, da, da. Metronome at 48. Are you frozen or are you just taking your time? Oh no. It'll come back in a minute. You are?
See, I'm used to like playing that upstroke from parallel. So it's like.
But we're not making an upstroke and you're not turning enough. Watch. Remember how it sounded? I see this.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want you to turn your wrist. Go and play. No. Here's what you're doing. I told you this stuff is fascinating. We'll fix this in a minute. Okay? I told you that I showed you what a wrist turn looks like as in its simplest form, right? Most elemental form. And here's what you're doing. You're actually doing that. You're going watch, don't play. I can see you doing this. You see it? See this? And I'm doing this. 3-finger wrist. You're not feeling that. That's that. All it is, wrist, no fingers. You make a throw. You have your 3-finger grip with the flat, and you turn with a 3-finger grip. And then there's 3 of these. Throw, so it moves in the hand a little bit because it's going to close. Right? Give me the squeeze. There's a little squeeze and release feeling when you do this. And then turn. Come on, turn. Joe. Turn. Joe. There. Not quite that. Make the point. There it is. That. Metronome at 48. That's all it is. Look, there's no upstroke. That's all it is. Except this feeling. With a throw and this feeling. And the throw has that feeling in it. It's just this. This is all the technique is. It's simple as can be. That's it. And show me a throw. Without, did you feel this? And then this. That's all it is. Okay, metronome 48, go and play.
So in other words,
okay, now go ahead and put the metronome up to 60. See what happens at 60. Oh, you don't need to make an upstroke. Keep it there for a second. Just don't.
you don't need to make an upstroke. What do you mean?
Well, you're doing this. Cool question. Because when I speak, you actually listen. I really appreciate that. Okay, so you're doing this. Let's see. I'll try to figure up. Hold on. Just watch me for a sec. There's your slow thing. It has nothing to do with just going like this. Yeah, I just want this, and you're. So that's that. But now watch how mine looks. Mine will look like this and like this. It's just going to go I'm not making it up. And I flick it up, Flick it up. See? Throw. Flat of the thumb. Flat of the thumb. 3-finger grip. There. There. That's it. Now put the other hand with it. You don't need the metronome. You're at the right tempo. Put the other hand with it. You don't need an upstroke at this tempo. Go for it. Now you throw. Yeah, see? Make an upstroke. Nope, picking it up in the left. Now you throw. There's a moment. Tap, 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 tap.
I know what you want now. There is a motion up there.
And no, you're coming up too soon on the left. Watch. Now. Now you throw. No, you're coming up too soon on the last two. There's 3 notes, right? 1, 2, 3. Now you throw. Now you throw. 1, 2, 3. No, don't come up after. Keep it there for a minute. No, keep it there. After your 3 notes, wait. You got it though. Left, 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 wait. Lift it up. There's time. Left, left, left. No, you always want to come up right at the end. Can you just do this? Left, 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 throw. Left, left, left. I'm not coming up. Left, 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 rest. Throw. Do it. Throw. Yeah, there's plenty of time. You don't move. Wait. No, wait longer. Oh, it's a flick. It's more like a flick. Yeah. Yanking it up. Okay, go on. You got it, dude. You got this stroke now. Last flick. Do it with both hands. Left, left, left. Now flick. Up 60. You're successful, dude. Good. 60. Let's see what happens here. I'll experiment for you ahead of time. So it's now here it comes up right at the end. I could wait. Let's see if I could wait. No, I want to come up right at the end. So there is a little bit of an up. Almost a ways. Close. Now I can feel up, 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 up. See, now I can feel that. But much faster than I was playing, but at 60, barely. Maybe just at the end. Now, come on, turn your wrist. It's da, 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 throw. Da, 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 throw. Turn higher. Show me you can turn higher. Try not throwing. Try not throwing. Sorry, try not making it up. Just the, oops. Don't make it up. There's enough time. You could wait. Stay flat, because you start to get this up and you go into a, I'm not sure what you're doing. Okay, put your left hand on your calf. Put your left hand on your calf. Just do this. Forget your left hand on your calf. Just do this. Throw, turn, turn, turn. Throw, turn, turn, turn. There. That's all it is. Now, come on, you lost your turn. It shouldn't be hard for you to do. There. On the other hand, doing just that. See, barely enough. Just if you want. So it's not so fast you couldn't get away with not coming up right away. Now play the other hand. You got it. Gotta hear that with both hands. Now come on, turn the wrist in between. 1, 2, 3. Now add the other hand and keep that going. Add the other hand, you'll have it. See? Not a big upstroke thing. Come on, keep it going. You can keep it. Tap, tap, tap. Where's the tap, tap, tap? Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Throw. Tap, tap, tap. Throw. Tap, tap, tap. Say that. Say tap, tap, tap. Throw in the left. Tap, tap, tap. Come on, give me this. Now I'm getting aggressive on you. Turn your wrists. Turn your wrists. I want to see, it has to be 3 taps all to this height. Here's what happens. Instead of giving me 3 wrist turns all that height, instead of 3 wrist turns, I want to get one more thing in. Instead of 3 wrist turns all this height, you make an up, and here's what happens to your last wrist turn. You don't turn it. I want 3 turns. You can have an upstroke at the end of a turn. In fact, that's what we're working on right now. That's why I want to get to it. Come on, turn. There. Play the stroke. That's what it feels like. Tap, tap, tap. Flap. Tap, 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 tap. They're not 3 even turns. There it is. Oh, you're in the right. No, you're not turning it left. 3 turns the same. No, the first one isn't this high, the second one this high, and the last one less high as you go up. It's tap, tap, tap. It really is. There. Stop with the ups. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Say tap, tap, tap. Say it out loud. Tap, tap. Say it out loud.
Tap, tap.
Tap. And you can tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. With your fingers. You got to say it out loud. So it's watch. It's fascinating. You can separate it and your mind. Totally get it. Totally get it. So it's tap, tap, tap. We'll just say the tap in one hand. Tap, tap, tap. Tap. So it's a throw. Go and do it with me. Throw, tap, tap, tap. Throw. All right. Throw, throw. Now you got to say throw, tap, tap, tap.
Throw, tap, tap, tap. Throw, tap, tap, tap.
Come on, give me tap, tap, tap.
Tap, tap. Throw, tap,
Tap, tap, tap.
throw, tap, tap, tap. Throw, tap,
Turn higher for the taps, just for fun.
throw, tap, tap, tap.
Higher, turn, higher.
Throw, tap, tap, tap. Throw, tap,
Almost size your throw. Just right. There you go. Now the other hand. Do it the hand. Say it with your left. Now to say the throw with your left. Tap, tap, tap. You got it. Oh, tap, tap, tap.
Throw, tap, tap, tap. Throw, tap, tap, tap. Throw, tap, tap,
Tap, tap, tap, tap, tap, tap, tap, tap. You say tap, tap. tap, 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 tap.
Roll, tap, tap, tap. Roll, roll,
Tap, tap, tap.
tap, tap. Roll, tap, tap, tap.
Okay, you need to do that.
Tap, tap.
There you go. Now you're getting
Roll, tap, tap, tap. Roll, tap,
the last tap and up. Don't make it an up. Go tap, 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 throw.
yeah.
No, you're coming up. You don't need to come up. Tap, 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 now throw. Tap, 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 wait, throw. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, see, you can wait. It's like you're playing throw out of not having played. You got it. Now we're going to give you one more thing, okay, to help with this. There. You can do this. It's just, again, I'm finding things that are foreign to you, right? As soon as you really focused in on one part, that's why we use these strokes, so they test our technique. It was like pulling with your, soon, you know how to turn your wrist without pulling your fingers. Soon as there were combinations of things to consider, all bets were off. Okay, not now though. It's a throw, tap, tap, that's all the stroke is. Now, pull out Roy Burns. Let's bring Roy into this thing real quick. You have it up?
Yeah.
Cool. So we're at 84, right?
Yeah.
So here's, go ahead and play the first one for me. And we're throwing, so there's a little bit, it's not an accent, but just like what we were doing. There's not an accent indicated.
What was
Throwing for, so it's going to be a little louder, and that's okay.
the first one? I did about like, I did like 8 measures of singles. Then I did the rebounds on the without throwing. So
Flat, stay flat. Thumb. It's just doing this, right? It's just doing this. Okay, now throw.
then I would throw. So
Okay, so coming along. You still want to go into, you're almost bordering on turning into French. We want throw, tap, tap. If you really slowed it down, it'd be that throw that I taught you. So you're getting this. There, that's good. That's what it feels like. See how flat you are? See how flat you are?
yeah.
See, if you really understand this, now watch. See, I'm flat. Flat. I don't need to go. Okay, now I'm going to give you a new exercise. Here's what it's coming along.
I'm gonna
Okay,
keep practicing that one. I like it. It's helpful.
I know, and it connects with what we're working on, so it's perfect. So at 84, here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to. Roy, I hope you don't mind. Okay, so we had this with a throw. Right? A little too fast. Maybe too fast. Right. Too fast. If you can do this, 60. So we're putting the accent on the second note. Can you do that?
Oh. But what tempo?
60. Yeah, good. Now look what happens when we put on the third note. Out of the thumb for these two notes, and then there's that little throw. Your work, but it's good, good, good. So the next one. In other words, we start with the accent on the first note. Then it would be You do that?
What are we looking at? The second one?
Yeah. Now the accent's on the second note. You can already do it on the first note. Good. Okay, good, right? Okay, as you're following, there'll be right, 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 left, 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 and it's right, 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 right. So now you're playing single-handed consecutive notes with the accent on the second note of each group of three. Now we're going to put on the third note. Right? You got it? Go ahead. Okay, now for the, we're using this procedure throughout all of them. So now we have three rights, we have two groups of triplets all right, and then two groups of triplets all left, and so on. So it would be the second iteration, because we're going to start with the accent. Then we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to, right, on the third, or 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Big? You can do this. It's a little challenging, isn't it?
It is. No, it's really good.
Yeah, and then so the next one will be So it'll be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and then it'll be on the second, right, of every three groups of the second left of every three notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it'll be on the third note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the last one is just right. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the third note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And look what I should have been watched. My right should be waiting to my left should be waiting. You see? Should be waiting at the floor. Should be waiting here at the floor. Okay? And the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2. And the accent will be on the second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. The last of the third note will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? And so we've perhaps modernized or just added to.
Yeah, we've added to it.
What Roy Burns had created. I guess it's a little more complex. Okay, but again, at 6, this is just, we're just keeping this at 60 right now. You can see I took it up considerably, but all it is, and if you need to slow it down, maybe that's a good idea. So if we're at 60, what if 48, too fast. How about 40? Nope. It's just let's see. So if each eighth triplet is a metronome click, see again, it's like the Flam accent, right? Only with only 2 turns. Then it's a throw. Say turn. So I'm going to have you do this too, because this was a Flam accent. Throw, tap, 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 tap. Now we're doing this. Throw, tap, tap, throw, tap, or in this case, throw, tap. Oh yeah, it goes back and forth. Towards the bottom, it'll go. Throw, tap, tap, throw, tap, tap, throw, tap, tap. And you actually, I want you to turn. It is very similar to what you were having problems with executing on the Flam accent number 1. Okay, so this is bringing it all together.
Yeah.
Nice and flat. It's always going to be this. So all you need to do is like that. There you go. And so rebounds, as you start to allow the stick to rebound, the hand should change position. Because the stick can bounce if you have this together. Right? And so the gig is, instead of going throw, tap, tap, or pull, which is what you're doing in the beginning, throw, flappa, flap, tap, tap, finger, pull, finger, pull. What we're doing is we're looking for, as you started this lesson, economy of motion. It's not. It's, oops, led with my arm. Ah, see? But I noticed. It's throw, ba, da, da, da. So it's ah. Once you get it going, ah, da, ba, or in this case, for the Roy Burns, it's not throw, tap, can't see me, but it's not throw, tap, tap, throw, tap, tap, throw, tap, tap. If we are pulling our fingers, now we're not turning our wrists. Who knows what we're doing? As it gets going, because we have this position and we know how to go tap, tap, throw, tap, tap, throw, tap, tap, throw, tap, throw, it just becomes throw, da, 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 yeah, that's all you're doing. There's no time to go, throw finger bowl, thing, finger bowl, thing, finger bowl, thing, finger bowl. It can be done, it's just much more work. So by getting this grip and learning to turn your wrists and feel more than one note without pulling for everything, it's just one turn. That's the concept. Right? The t-shirts that Richard Wilson's students apparently used to make back in the day would say half the effort, and on the back it would say twice the speed. Okay, so we're looking for, as you said, it's economy of motion, which provides half the effort and twice the speed. Cool.